Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
You won't get anywhere in this world if you don't stand up for yourself. Be assertive. Don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let people run over you. Look out for number one. Haven't you heard all these things all your life? As a shy, quiet child and young adult, well-meaning people gave me this advice often, but that's not what Jesus says. In the Sermon on the Mount, He told His disciples, "You have heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you not to resist an evil person. But whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your cloak also. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away." Listen to all those examples He gives us, as if we really need some practical application to truly understand what He's saying, since it was so anti-culture. It still is today. When we hear "go the extra mile," we think of going above and beyond the call of duty. But here, Jesus says that type of kindness and love ought to be our norm. In that day, a Roman soldier could grab any guy off the street, hand over all of his heavy gear, and that person, by law, had to carry it for him for 1 mile. I imagine many a Jew would obey quite grudgingly, fuming the whole mile, probably inside of himself, about the injustice of the Roman oppression, throwing angry sidelong glances at the soldier, then dumping the gear on the next mile marker and abandoning it without a backwards look. At least that would be how most of us would handle it, right? But what if that regular guy off the street smiled at the soldier and said, "My pleasure," and made small talk as they walked, and at the first mile marker, he kept going? What do you think the topic of conversation would be for that second mile? The soldier would want to know why this man would go above and beyond and show kindness to a foreigner like this. What an opportunity to testify to what God has done for us. We have opportunities to do that all the time, in many different ways, don't we? Do more than what is required, with a good attitude, with God's love. Jesus goes on to tell us to love our enemies, bless those who curse us, pray for our persecutors. Why? So the world will see the Father's love in us and through us, so He will be glorified. So in following what Jesus is telling us here, we really are looking out for number one. Only number one isn't me. Number one is God. When someone snaps at us and we respond kindly, maybe even saying, "You seem to be having a rough day. How can I pray for you?" Then we're pointing them to the Lord. When our boss gives us the most hated chore at work, we can do it cheerfully, with excellence, and then go back and ask if there's anything more we could do. Doesn't that make Jesus shine through us? When someone purposefully hurts our feelings or slanders us, but we continue to reach out to them in friendship and love, doesn't that make them wonder why and be curious to find out the motivation behind our actions? How can you go the second mile or show love to your enemies today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.